Hey everybody, I'm coming to you live from Bible Park in Denver, Colorado, very near where I grew up. It's a favorite spot. It's so much fun to ride your bike around. The path basically goes around the whole entire park. It is attached to the Highline Canal trail system, and I'm going to progressively piece together days where I ride sections of the trail so I can be excited that I have completed the Highline Canal Trail. So thanks for joining me. Welcome to the YouAreEnough.life podcast. Today we're finishing up talking about doing it now. Thanks for bearing with my amateur video skills. They will get better, I promise. We have talked about motivation. We have talked about what goes into motivation. There are 4 things, according to research, that go into motivation. You have goals. My goal, like today, I'm very motivated to get on this trail because my goal is to have ridden all 71 miles of the Highline Canal Trail. And so in the spirit of You Are Enough, I'm not going to edit my foibles out because the whole point is, in fact, to be authentic. So I'm going to organize my life a little better here. Okay, I said no edits. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. We'll get a tripod, we'll get all the things. Okay, so if you're going to maintain and enjoy motivation and leverage it and use it in your favor, 4 things: goals, collaboration, choice, and finally, interesting. Interesting tasks or interesting texts make us want to, in the case of the research I'm citing, it makes us want to read. But in the case of goals and motivation, the interestingness of it is the most motivating aspect of doing and maintaining motivation for doing something. If you're interested, that's almost more important than the others. So the research I cited talks about the effect size of interesting texts on reading, but we can apply this logic to anything. It just makes sense. When you're interested in it, you're much more motivated. So for me, today I'm very interested to go on the trail and just see what I see. Along the way, I'm going to stop, I'm going to check in with you, and we'll talk about our next focus, which is not do it now. I'm going to think about what the next focus is. I've got a few ideas percolating. I'll decide on one. We'll pull over on the trail and I'll show you some more beauty. And if you live near, in, or around Colorado, you got to check out the Highline Canal Trail. It's very old. It's very overgrown with trees. So really any time of year, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the YouAreEnough.life podcast. If this is your first video, head on back to episode 1 of Do It Now. Maybe check out the website and the blog. It is late January here, and we're going to start Lent soon. And I think Lent is an incredible season to think about sobriety, about where we're at, the impact we're having on ourselves and on others. And fasting is something that's been rediscovered, and I think it's really worthy of consideration. So, a few things to think about as we get ready for the next video. 1, please go back and check out the other videos about the other aspects of maintaining your motivation based on some research. And then please comment what other areas would you like me to go looking for wisdom and contentment. These are the 2 cornerstones of this new creative effort. And finally, do all the YouTube things. Please subscribe. I'll get a join button up and running soon. And like the video. And if you comment on the video, that super duper helps. So I hope that you do that. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I am 13 miles into the ride, maybe 14. I'm out in Aurora, and I hope that the wind is not overbearing in this video, so I'm partly testing and partly I just had to get off my bike and point to all this right behind me. If you get on your bike nearly any month of the year in the Denver area and you start riding on the Highline Canal, you get treated to beautiful things like that. These wide open spaces. Right now the trail is cement. It's in the city of Denver, it's asphalt, and that's not much fun. It's like every 50 feet there's a chunk. In any case, I'm coming to you live because I still haven't decided what the next series will be, because I'm enjoying myself being out here. And so the punchline is, when you stay motivated, you get the payoff. And I think right now I'm enjoying the payoff of saving up, talking through getting a new bike with my wife, getting her on board, and listening to my desires for a while. I didn't just run out and buy a new bike. I bought a bike after years of thinking I need to get in shape. So I need to drink my own medicine and do it now. I should have gotten the bike sooner. I know I would have been happier. And I just wanted to pause and let you take a moment with beauty. Ooh, buddy. That is the life. Let's get my bald head out of the frame. That's free just for getting on your bike and taking a ride or driving to the nearest trailhead along the Highline Canal. More later, but thanks for taking in the beauty with me. I want you to please remember to subscribe and like and comment. What would you love me to gather some wisdom on? What would you love to be more content in and around? Maybe even share what makes you content. What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten? And if you want, maybe you can tell me you want to come on the podcast, and maybe we'll get you out here. We'll do a bike ride together and talk about it. Hey everybody, I am now at 19th and Tower Road on the Highline Canal. I'm beyond mile 60, 62 out of 70. I don't know that I'll finish today, but I might. I got less than half of my e-bike battery left. It has been very windy going north. I just thought I would show you this because it's so fun. Look at this spiffy sign. Look at all the things you can do here. We welcome cyclists, picnickers, hikers, horseback riders. Can't start before 5 a.m. and don't be out here after 11. Hey, keep your pets under control, would ya? And hey, if you want a go-kart, snow tube, snowmobile, you can do it all out here. Oh, but wait, no firearms or BB guns, and no mopeds. Well, this sign was clearly created long before the age of e-bikes, so I wonder what they would say about e-bikes. I'm just grateful that you're here for the ride. I think this is part of motivation. Part of motivation is getting after it. This is the perfect ending to the Do It Now series because I'm just enjoying being out here. And wait for it. There's tacos and gorditas and burritos right behind me, but I can't see. That it? Yeah, right there. Right there, tacos, burritos y gorditas. Take a look at that, would you? I don't know. I don't have the right camera for this. But the mountains look great. It's good to be outside. And honestly, I'm riding through some pretty diverse levels of income neighborhoods. I'm seeing all kinds of people. I'm just waving to each of them and smiling, and it's a good Saturday. I think it's a little over 54 degrees, so I'm staying warm. I'm in shorts. I just invite you to get on an old bike, find an old bike, get a video or two on how to fix up an old bike. If you need anything like that, head over to Bike Farmer on YouTube. The guy's great. So if you're my age, 50-ish or so, Gen Xers, get a bike, get outside, enjoy with life. I will have to tell you about Christoph sometime. Thank you for coming with me on this bike ride. I may have to record a little more. I want to get to a stopping point and eat my king-size payday bar because it's the perfect thing. So that's what I thought, right? And then I rode by Victoria's Mexican restaurant that's that way, and it smelled so good. I thought my stomach was going to jump out of my body. So I may have to go back to Victoria's. All right. Thanks for tuning in and being with me on the YouAreEnough.life podcast and YouTube channel. Hey, y'all. I am just past mile marker 63, and I'm going to hang out here at this bench and enjoy my payday bar. I've just crossed I-70, so now I'm north of I-70. I have this killer view that I'm looking at right out there of Freddy's Burgers. I'm kidding. Does that sound good to me? Yes. But did I pack granola bars and get a payday bar? Yes. So in the spirit of enoughness, I think I'm just going to live with what I brought. And as tempted as I am to finish today, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to save the last 7 miles or so for another ride. I'll just remember Tower and I-70 start here. Anyway, the beauty. I mean, the wind is blowing. I hope you can hear me. I guess I should check on that. Oh yeah, on this video I forgot to put in the connector. So you're probably hearing a lot of wind. I hope not. But thanks for joining me. And I think I'm going to take a few photos on the way back and just enjoy a leisurely ride back and try to model contentment for you all. But it's so tempting based on YouTube culture, like, to try to get all of the payoff. What would the young people say I did to that payday bar? I'm coming to you live 2 minutes later, and I don't know why I'm saying I'm coming to you live, because by the time you watch this, well, obviously I'm alive right now, but as you can see, I'm zippy from eating my little payday bar, my king size payday bar. And so, if you want, comment below, what would the young people say I did to that payday bar? Did I slay it? I don't know. I don't know what the young people are saying now, but I thoroughly enjoyed my payday bar, and I'm probably going to have a granola bar. And then guess what? I realized I can finish the trail because my wife has driven out to visit a friend out here. So I can do the 7 more miles in the next hour or so, and then I'll get a ride back to my car with my wife. She'll put my bike in her car. It just so happened that it turned out beautifully like that. Yeah. Did I savor that payday bar? Did I really marinate in contentment and savoring the good? I could have done better. I could have slowed down and enjoyed it more. But I am a happy camper right now. I'm so glad you're with me. Please consider getting yourself a bike or rehabbing your bike. This ride just gets better and better the further into Green Valley Ranch you go. Green Valley Ranch is a far northeast suburb of Denver near the Denver International Airport. The sidewalk is nice and wide, as you can see here, and it's cement. Here's what I'm thinking the next series is going to be. It's rest, the wisdom, the contentment in rest. My wife and I have worked so hard to figure out Sabbath, stopping, rest, whatever you want to call it. Rest is the order of the day. I feel badly that I can't join people that are protesting the death of Alex Preddy in Minnesota. And so that's part of what I'm thinking about today as I'm doing this ride, and I'm thinking about what's wrong with the world and what is needed. And I think what is needed is rest. There's a beautiful book called Rest is Resistance. I can link to that down below. I don't think we rest enough, and then we just do terrible things to each other. And I wonder about the people that have committed violence and then those acts of violence have become famous. And I wonder how many of the people that committed those acts of violence were not well rested. I wonder how many people who have killed someone unjustly were harassed by their own tiredness, appetite, complete lack of attention to their self and their needs. That's not good. The impact is not good. And so I think we need to really think seriously about rest. How could rest have prevented some of the most famous and some of the most historic acts of violence and the most publicized acts of violence in the past 5 years, 10 years? I wonder about that. So as I sit here, I hope I can give you a moment with the beauty. Let's see if I can get that up high there. Man, that is good. That is true. That is beautiful. I wonder what would happen if like 20% more people than normal went outside this spring and they didn't listen to music. They simply took in the beauty and felt present in their own bodies. I wonder what would happen if the number of people that were praying as they were walking out in the beauty, what if it doubled? What if it tripled? So I'm inviting you to consider rest as the next bit of wisdom and contentment. What comes against rest? For me today, I wanted to play and rest, and I had to take a car to get, maintenance. I felt like my plans were being somewhat interrupted, and I felt a little irritated. And I also felt eager to get that rest and get that play. And so for me, getting on my bike is an act of play. And therefore, it's restful. I have no agenda other than to admire the beauty and share some of it with you. I'm so grateful that you're listening. I'm grateful that you're tuning in. And I'm grateful that you're bearing with my amateur camera skills and lack of tripod today. Please pause this video, set a timer for like 1 or 2 minutes, and ask yourself about what makes you mad about the world today. What would happen if rest were a bigger factor in our lives? How would it diminish violence? How would it diminish yelling with our kids? How would it bless our life? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, hit the subscribe button, the like button. Please comment about rest. What is the role of rest in your life? What gets in the way? I would love to work in some content about your comments. Your comments help other people find the podcast and the YouTube channel. And ultimately, if we get more people thinking and consuming content about rest, they might actually put their phones down more and rest instead of consume. And then out of the rest, I think they might create more. There might actually be more original beauty in the world because people are well rested. And again, let's just take a moment with blue sky. Oh, I got some clouds. I got the sun. I don't think I can zoom in there. In any case, I'm so glad you're with me, that you're listening. And if you stayed this long in the video, thank you for bearing with my rambling. And please subscribe and comment, like, so that other people might consider rest and the world might be more just. Again, please take 1 or 2 minutes after this video, sit in the silence and ask yourself questions about rest. Just see what surfaces. Thanks again.